trying to get an extra minute out of this? Time off the mic.
One more time.
Go ahead.
I'm here to express our organization's very strong support for this act. There are two ordinance provisions in particular I want to briefly address. One which we think does not go far enough in order to comply with federal law, and that is the section dealing with language access. As it's currently worded, it provides that police can make use of friends, relatives, or bystanders, even in non-emergency situations, to interpret. And we think that is simply inconsistent with federal law, which requires very strict standards before professional interpreters cannot be used. We're dealing here with very sensitive situations. If you get a friend or a bystander or a relative involved, that person may be involved in the incident itself. We're talking about potential incidents of domestic violence, people who are witnesses to the crime. You simply cannot rely on them to be interpreters, and we don't believe federal law allows it. I have written testimony that provides more details about the obligations of the police department in the city, and we hope that you will change the ordinance to make it clear that those individuals can be used only when there are emergencies. The second provision that I want to briefly address, and that Commissioner Parrott raised concerns about, is the provision that authorizes attorney's fees to successful plaintiffs. And what I want to emphasize is it's to successful plaintiffs. Somebody's rights have to have been violated before they are entitled to receive attorney's fees. And that is absolutely critical if you want to ensure that this ordinance is enforced. When you're talking about a violation of rights and the need to go to court to enforce those rights, there are really only two options. Either the entity that is responsible for violating the rights has to pay, or the victim of those rights has to pay for the privilege of vindicating them. That is completely inappropriate and unfair. It is why federal law, the Federal Civil Rights Act, was enacted in 1976 to provide for attorney's fees in successful civil rights cases. And we hope that this committee and the council, in giving favorable consideration to this bill, will keep this very essential provision in there. Thank you.